Start. Sir, it is sometime nearly 3 months since I had the opportunity of speaking in this house at length on the provisions of this bill as it was originally presented to the Lok Sabha. Honorable members may recall the general discussion on the floor of this house and the appraisal which was given to the bill. During the period that the bill has been before the parliament, it has been subjected to a wide variety of comments by individuals and institutions representing various shades of opinion. These have all been taken into consideration, and after due deliberations, certain amendments were proposed by the government. These have been considered and incorporated in the bill as passed by the Lok Sabha. Honorable members are undoubtedly aware of the various provisions of the bill as originally introduced. The provisions were explained briefly in the explanatory memorandum issued by my ministry and circulated to honorable members. A further note explaining the various taxation proposals in greater detail was also subsequently circulated. I will not therefore weary the House by going into these provisions again, and shall therefore dwell chiefly on the salient features of the amendments that were incorporated in the bill during its passage in the Lok Sabha. Sir, so far as personal taxation is concerned, the main emphasis of the critics has been against the lowering of the exemption limit on personal income tax and the reduction of the income tax burden on the higher slabs of income. On these points, I have been at pains to explain the objectives of our taxation policy. I had mentioned in my budget speech that the main reason for reduction in the existing rates at the higher levels of income was that in practice very high rates of direct taxation at the top brackets of income tend to erode the tax base and encourage tax evasion. It is no doubt true that the maximum rate of income tax and super tax applicable to the top brackets of income is proposed to be reduced from about 92% to a little less than 77% for earned incomes and 84% for unearned incomes. But this reduction is marginal. Rates is not to be viewed in isolation. Under the tax pattern, income tax does not stand by itself. It is supplemented by the wealth tax and the expenditure tax. I have also pointed out on the floor of the Lok Sabha only recently, and I would like, if I may, to repeat here that I have stated there that the integrated tax structure that has been proposed in the budget this year makes it necessary that the tax system should be broad based. The existing exemption limit of rupees 4,200 is an unduly large multiple of the average level of income in this country. This should be reduced to such a reasonable level as would widen the sphere of taxation and release the tax base from its present inelasticity.